Everyone, so thank you for tuning back into my channel. I'm so sorry that it took so long for this next video to be uploaded. Story behind it is alcohol got spilt on my laptop. I didn't have a laptop. I no longer have a laptop, so I've had to borrow a friend's laptop. And moral of the story is don't leave your laptop around alcohol and drunk people. So following on from the last video, I just want to point out a few little things. Firstly, a friendly subscriber reminded me that I did leave out a very good spot treatment, and that is the CosRx pimple patches. So they're a Korean brand. They're amazing. It's only like $7 for a packet of 15, and what it is it's a little translucent round thing, and you pop it directly on a spot and it actually suctions it out of your pimple. A great alternative because to like squeezing pimples, because you should never squeeze pimples. So yeah, so going on from all of that, this video I'm going to be focusing on the second part is acne. Now, things to keep in mind, I have never had acne before, so I'm just going off a standpoint of things that I've heard, but I'm just going to point out a few little sort of things that you should know, I guess. Firstly, acne is one of the most overused words in the beauty industry, I think. People think that if they get a random spot here, a random spot there, what they're suffering from is acne, or if they get hormonal breakouts along their chin line, they call that acne. Which is 100% definitely not the case. I actually used to know someone who did suffer from a really bad acneic situation, and she said that she actually got quite like, she felt like her problem was sort of dismissed and everything when you did get a person saying that their random pimple was acne, because if you suffered from acne, you would know, definitely. So it's definitely a word that is overused. So that's something else to keep in mind. Another word that is really overused in the beauty industry is sensitive skin. There is a huge difference between sensitive skin and sensitized skin. If you get breakouts randomly, that does not mean you have sensitive skin. That is just you getting breakouts. If you've had a reaction to one product before, that does not mean you have sensitive skin. I once used a product and I went bright red like a tomato, burning, itching. I did not have sensitive skin. All right, that was just a reaction. It happens, you know, all that kind of stuff. So it's really, yeah. Don't ever go into like a place and be like, I have acne and sensitive skin. And if they don't question you about that, then that's sort of something you need to like look into. Sensitive skin is genetic. It is, you will know if you have sensitive skin, all right? Random products will just flare you up like there's no tomorrow. Random creams, like you just know. So sensitized skin is skin where it has a weakened barrier that has become impaired over time, and that could be because you've been scrubbing too much, you've had a poor diet, you've had poor water intake, you've been using the products which is just not right for your skin, and as a result you may get quite red, you might get certain rashes occasionally. You might, I don't know, you might get breakouts just from using random products, and that's because your skin has been sensitized, and you need to bring it back to basics, and then we can actually treat your skin. So yeah, going off that, let's go back to acne. So acne is, you will know if you have acne, chances are, there are so many myths out there about how to deal with acne. You get a lot of people saying, there's all these natural remedies, that you need to eat like 3 tablespoons of turmeric a day, which is what I heard the other day. Weird. Turmeric is great for the skin, but probably it's not gonna, if you have acne, I highly doubt it's gonna fix that. You get people saying that you need to just, I don't know, wash your face with water and then use coconut oil every night. So there's a whole range of myths out there, which is really annoying, because people who have acne will 100% just go right into them, because they will do anything to get rid of it. It's a skin concern that is really like, I really feel for people with acne, I really do. So yeah, they'll buy a $200 cream sometimes just because they're like, I need to get this off my face. Like my self-esteem is so low. So keep in mind there are lots of beauty myths out there and that not one solution fixes all. So if you've heard like there's great reviews about a product online, that's awesome, great reviews, but your skin is not necessarily the same type as their skin. What you can do though is I've heard, for instance, I've never suffered from acne, so I'm just going off that standpoint, but I have heard great things about retinol for acne. Great things about doing an acetone morning and night, so using a salicylic acid toner or a glycolic acid toner before your retinol as well. I've heard awesome things about that. And the Body Shop also do a great tea tree range, which is really good. You should never use everything from that range, but certain products balancing with other products are really, really good. So look into that as well. However, if your acne is that bad and you've tried lots and lots and lots of things, just go to the doctor. Honestly, they might prescribe you like a prescription retinol. They might prescribe you certain medications. It's worth the trip because you'll save money in the long term. So I definitely look into that as well. However, I have heard a few things in the past about doctors saying, oh, it's just a phase, you'll move on from that. And that really annoys me when I hear those stories because, for instance, a few months ago, I was at a market and I was looking at a skincare store and there was a girl, the customer, and she was being served by the consultant, and she was saying, I get really bad pimples and I want to get rid of them. And the consultant was like, oh, they're not even that bad. They're not even that bad. Like, and you're a teenager, you're meant to get them. Like, she was sort of like dismissing her problem. And then she was like, but if I had to recommend something, I'd recommend jojoba oil. And I was like, okay, firstly, like you just dismissed what she's like most concerned about. And secondly, you recommended bloody jojoba oil. Like what the hell? See, those are those kind of like myths that are out there. Jojoba oil will fix acne. Like that's really annoying. So firstly, never let a person or a doctor dismiss your problems. And yeah, don't ever let them do that. They might even put you on Roaccutane if it's that bad. I really feel for people who are on Roaccutane because it's an intense drug. It's a journey. It really is. But yeah, if they put you on that, you will probably 100% see results. Yeah. All this being said, there's only so much you can do putting products and stuff on your face before you also need to look at internal factors. If you have a great skincare regime and you drink 1 glass of water a day, that is a huge problem because we want all the cells in our skin to be nice and plump and full of water. If you've got a really bad diet, like you eat a packet of chips every morning or you eat pizza every night, that's another thing. So you need to really also look at the internal factors and sort of all of that kind of stuff, because there's only so much products can do, like, to be honest, before you need to look at, you know, the things. Yeah, so I guess that sort of brings things to a close, I guess. I don't know. My last video from memory, I discussed, like, you know, hormonal breakouts, and in this video I've gone a little bit into acne, but I haven't gone fully into this situation because firstly, I'm not a qualified like dermal therapist, and secondly, I've never dealt with the problem myself, so I can't really give expert advice, but just some things to look out for is like whether you do actually have acne or you just have breakouts, and if you think you have sensitive skin, if you actually have sensitive skin, those kind of things. So yeah, going on to my next video, I am going to be doing a brand overview of Drunk Elephant, which is really exciting. That is definitely going to be coming up very soon. For the moment, my Instagram is currently offline for certain reasons. So if you want to keep tuned to things, just tune into my YouTube channel, I guess. Become a subscriber, you know. Yeah, so I will talk to everyone soon. And yeah, okay.